Turning now to another story. We've been covering the Democrats' effort to label concerned parents at school board meetings across the country as domestic terrorists. And yesterday, Congressman Jerry Nadler doubled down.
I know DOJ and its components are key to the Biden administration's national strategy for countering violent extremism. This growth in extremist ideologies echoed in an epidemic of violence and intimidation directed at our healthcare professionals, teachers, essential workers, school board members.
So, is anyone who opposes the Democrats' talking points a domestic terrorist? Here to react is former Hawaii Congresswoman and presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi, I'm excited to talk to you tonight. You have been, although a Democrat, on the outside of the Democrat machine. In your day and age, it wasn't that long ago, by the way, what was it, 12 to 18 months ago, you were labeled a Russian asset. That was the slur that was in vogue at the time. Now it's domestic terrorist. Tulsi, do you see the same motives behind these accusations?
Yeah, this really comes down to the reality, Will, that the American people are facing some incredibly serious challenges, and really what we need right now are competent and caring leaders who put the interests of the people and our country above all else. But that's not what we have. This is a bigger problem than Democrats or Republicans. This is about the establishment elite trying to hold on to their power and continue to increase it. And the mainstream media is a powerful arm of that establishment elite. And it comes down to this. You're either with them, agreeing with them, supporting them, carrying the water for them, or you're not. You're either part of their team or you're not. And if you're not, and this is what we're seeing happening now, it's what I've experienced, then they will target you, censor you, demonize you, and call you a domestic terrorist and sic the attorney general on you, seeing you as a threat to their power and therefore the enemy.
Tulsi, you were, of course, in Congress, but you were also a soldier. You said what we need is compassionate and competent leadership. Did you see competence at that town hall on CNN last night?
I got to be honest with you, I didn't watch the town hall. I've seen a few clips that came out of it. And again, I think it's important that we look to the reality that given the situation that we have, given the American people do not have that competent, caring leadership that puts them first, or any serious attempt to address the needs of the American people, you can understand why they don't trust our leaders. It's clear to us all that our leaders don't respect us, they don't trust us, and as I mentioned, those who don't agree with this establishment, powerful elite, we are seen as the enemy, as a threat to their power. And the American people deserve better than that. They deserve leaders who will put their interests first, regardless of what political party they're a part of, and who will put the American people in our country above all else.
Well, Tulsi, you were not alone in missing that town hall last night. It wasn't very well viewed, wasn't very highly rated, so we won't single you out for being one of the many millions of Americans who chose not to watch. However, I do want to ask you this as well. You talk about the Democratic machine and those that are on the outs. There are several Democrats right now, including Senators Joe Manchin and Senator Kristen Sinema, who seem to be on the outs with the machine, seem to be on the outs with the elite, seem to be on the outs with the consensus. What would you say to them today? What would you say to Kristen Sinema?
I know both of them. I consider them both friends. Kirsten Sinema and I served together in the House of Representatives, and it's what I've told her directly and personally is hold your ground and put the American people first. Kirsten and I don't agree on every issue. There are some positions she's taken that I don't agree on. She'd probably say the same about me. But for her and for any other representative in Congress, Democrat or Republican, put the interests of the American people first, and you can't go wrong. I want to reiterate the point that I mentioned about this being bigger than Democrats, Republicans, because you can see how Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema are being targeted in the media. But you can see how the media will favor Republicans who toe the establishment line. So if we look at this clearly, this goes beyond the partisan politics, and it goes to, hey, if you're part of the insider establishment powerful team, then you'll be treated nicely. If you're not, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, then you will be punished and you will be targeted.
And you have the personal experience to attest that it is not easy. It is not easy. The entire, not just political apparatus, but the media apparatus as well will target you, but you will be principled. Tulsi Gabbard, I was pleased to get you on the show tonight, and I'm excited to talk to you. Thank you so much.